Welcome to Chapter 5. When most people hear lean, they automatically think of tools such as 5S and Kanban. Companies think they can simply implement a couple of these tools and recap the benefits of lean. But for lean to work, a company must use the tools to support the greater lean principles and methods. And no two methods are more vital to the success of lean than just-in-time production and jidoka. At the end of this chapter, you and Tom will be able to understand the relationship between JIT and jidoka, list the supporting lean tools of the jidoka pillar of LPS, understand the importance of stopping production to ensure quality at the source, identify the roles of and benefits provided to man, machine, and company culture in jidoka, identify the three elements of standardized work in a lean company, understand the environments in which standardized work succeeds and fails, understand the effectiveness of visual controls in a workplace, and list the viewpoints that explain the lean way use of technology. Ready to test your skills? Click the test button to take the test at any time. For a company to become lean, it has to incorporate both pillars of LPS, just-in-time production, and quality at the source, or jidoka. Although one promotes flowing and one promotes stopping, you can't have flow without quality, and you can't identify areas to improve without flow. Jidoka ensures quality by empowering machines, operators, and the process as a whole. Should a quality problem occur, machines are equipped to stop, operators are empowered to problem solve, and the process is allowed to halt, so everyone can contribute to quality.
You want to sell me on stopping production? The guys will love this!
I certainly do, but please note that many concepts and tools support the implementation of jidoka. It only starts with the concept of stopping. The principles of jidoka. On the Lean Way tree, two main branches grow from the lean culture of leadership and empowered people, representing the two main pillars of LPS, JIT and jidoka. The foliage that springs from each main branch represents the concepts and methods that allow an organization to implement a complete lean production system. On the jidoka side, the lean way is to build in quality to satisfy customers and provide the best working environment for employees. It is both humanistic and scientific, just like the lean way itself. The first concept is the basis for the jidoka standard itself, stopping to get quality right the first time. With just-in-time, holding less inventory puts more pressure on the process to keep product flowing throughout. You don't have the luxury of waste to hide defects or inefficient operations. However, to succeed in one-piece flow, you can't pass along defects from operation to operation. The process must stop when a defect occurs, and those on hand, an operator and manager or a whole team, must enact a countermeasure to ensure that good quality continues to flow. Teams are then assigned to determine the root cause of the problem and develop solutions to prevent the problem from happening again. In this way, quality goes hand in hand with continuous improvement in the Lean Way philosophy. Let me ask you something, Tom. How much time do your workers spend watching for defects at your machines?
A lot. How else would they catch the defects?
With jidoka. This philosophy is also known as automation with a human touch, which means that you should give equipment the intelligence to stop itself under certain circumstances.
So we'll have robots watching for defects. You do want to replace workers with machines.
Not exactly. Relying on machines to stop production frees workers, ensures quality, maintains flow, and enables the standardization of job tasks in JIT. It is a true man-machine connection. Equipment that can run without human control can be very beneficial, both in terms of flow and quality. If you have automatic feeds, ejections, and so on, the operator doesn't have to include button pressing or product moving in her standard work. Equipment should also be able to prevent defects or stop after detecting problems. Error-proofing, like a tool fitting into a machine in only one possible way, can eliminate human variation. Another common lean method is to use a visual system to alert the operator of the stoppage. A light or noise, known as andon, can provide a signal to quickly start the team problem-solving process. Imagine machines in your everyday life that are equipped with stopping intelligence, like your air conditioning unit. When your house reaches its set temperature, the unit shuts off. And when the temperature rises to a certain level, the unit begins running again. With intelligent machines, man is free to do more value-adding work. Gone are the days of watching and waiting. Imagine, for example, having to manually work your AC unit during summer. In are the days of thinking, working, and job satisfaction, leading to high quality, morale, and employee innovation, and more efficient use of resources. One operator can manage several machines or an entire cell. The operator has a wider variety of standard work and the ability to monitor any abnormal conditions throughout the cell.
So people have to learn to operate new equipment? I think most don't even want to think.
It's a change that some people will resist, but you'll find that others will be energized by learning new skills. And don't sell your folks short. Perhaps you just haven't given them the opportunity to think for themselves.
Well, even if my people are on board, I can't imagine the suits being okay with stop production.
Yes, that's a common setback. Jidoka requires that an organization's leaders support a culture of stopping to fix problems and create countermeasures. They must accept that quality is everyone's responsibility to enhance long-term profit. The cost of rework, inspection, and scrap is greater than the cost of temporarily stopping production. Far too often, operators innovate to hide an issue that might call management's attention to their stations. True innovation can happen only when standardized work is improved upon through learning, kaizen, and lean-way problem solving. Think of it this way. If you don't need to stop the line, you don't have any problems. And that's never true. Your problems are hiding or being swept under the rug. Benefits of jidoka. Building in quality at the source provides benefits from the beginning to end of your organization's value stream for both man and machine. The main challenge you'll face is a cultural resistance to change. Stopping the line will miss production quota. Operators ensuring quality, that's QC's job. Operators monitoring and working multiple machines, that's more work with a higher risk of failure. It won't take long, however, for jidoka to show that its benefits make for a much richer working environment. What motivates an operator to stop a line? Why does a machine suddenly stop?
Something or someone screwed up.
Also known as an abnormal or out of standard condition.
Or when it's break time. That's standard.
Downtime is part of the equation too. In a lean company, everything at a workstation can be standardized, from the actual actions performed at a machine to the motion between machines to the amount of time between actions. Standardizing work means implementing stable and repeatable job procedures to maintain predictability, timing, and output. Following standardized work is the foundation for ensuring quality, JIT, and continuous improvement. Standardized work can be broken down into three elements: work sequence, takt time, and WIP inventory. Steak a la lean instructions. Welcome, Executive Chef of the Lean Kitchen. Your challenge is to create your own tasty steak that will have customers lining up at your door. The sequence of cooking, amount of ingredients, and time spent are up to you. Click the red dial at any point to turn on and heat the grill. Click on the spice area to zoom in. To choose a spice or sauce, drag it to the meat. When you're ready to cook, click the play button and then drag the meat to the grill. And finish by dragging the meat to your plate. Close the instructions to begin. Create your own tasty steak that will have customers lining up at your door. The sequence of cooking, amount of ingredients, and time spent are up to you. Click the red dial at any point to turn on and heat the grill. Click on the spice area to zoom in. To choose a spice or sauce, drag it to the meat. When you're ready to cook, click the play button and then drag the meat to the grill. And finish by dragging the meat to your plate. Close the instructions to begin. Steak's done. We'll find out later if your customers will enjoy your creation. Please continue to the next page. Standards are important to a lean learning organization because you can't sustain improvement without eliminating variation in operations. Trying to Kaizen a process that contains variation among employees, even on something as simple as filling out paperwork, will lead to chaos. Eliminating variation greatly benefits the company by reducing defects and the costs associated with rework. It also benefits the operator by making it easier to learn new work, shift to various jobs, and contribute to innovation. Think of a sporting activity, like a golf swing. Can you expect a novice to hit specialty shots? Of course not. You have to master the basic swing before you can improve it. The same goes in business. Basics come before mastery.
I'm always behind that guy on the course. He messes up the flow of the entire round. But isn't lean all about innovation? How do rigid standards make room for it? Our guys couldn't have created our handles without thinking outside the box.
No doubt. Creativity is highly encouraged in a lean company. Standard work is never frozen. It should be the best you know today, but to be improved tomorrow. A traditional production system is the one that squeezes everything out of its workers. They are slaves to the bottom line, which is tied to time. Therefore, in order to keep expectations low while remaining anonymous, employees try to hide innovation. They may have a better way to operate, but they make up a process that's purposefully inefficient. In the lean system, leaders empower workers to be detectives, always thinking of how to improve a process. You capture learning to a point, standardize, and then allow creativity to improve it to make a new standard. Of course, none of this is possible without the support of your organization's executive leaders. It's important that they create a culture of improvement, not a rigid culture of coercion built on blindly following frozen standards. Standard work is not a management tool to be imposed. It is an employee tool that empowers. Standardization can thrive only in a certain type of work environment. Which type do you have at your company? Coercive. Working on the chain gang, rigid rules, extensive documentation, hierarchy in place, standards as a form of control, a culture of punishment. Only focus is performance. Autocratic. Fall in line, soldier, because that's the way it's always been done. Hierarchy rules. Managers do the thinking. Minimum written rules. No room or need to change. Workers blindly execute standards. One best way to do a job. Workers monitored to follow the best way. Only incentive is money for exceeding standard. Always red tape. Poor communication. Organic. Come join the commune. Empowered workers. Few rules. Gray areas for leadership. Adaptable to change. Self-managing teams. Flexible. Most effective when environment and technology are evolving rapidly. No rule book means no way to improve upon standards. Chaotic workflow. Enabling. You're part of the team. A lean way blend of the organic and autocratic. Empowered workers. Rules acting as enabling tools. Extensive hierarchy, but there to support learning improvement. A place for everything. Everything standardized, one way to do a job. Time is regimented. Leads to scientists, cross-functional teams. Person is most important resource. Has methods in place for improvement, Kaizen, reflection. Creative problem solving. Drives up productivity and effective use of resources. Creating an enabling environment. Leadership must realize that a company is a living thing and must adjust to respond to change. Standardization is bound to fail in the quest to clear out waste if standardized work isn't updated to account for new materials, technology, and worker improvement suggestions. Executive leaders can follow this simple advice to create an enabling culture that creates standards and improves upon them. Support teamwork and ownership by your operators. Reward teams and employees who make improvements. Allow, don't punish, mistakes and experimentation. Follow up with lessons learned. Still monitor current work to ensure that employees are following standardized processes. Create a method for receiving and implementing employee suggestions. The Lean Kitchen Recipe Challenge. Instructions. Okay, Executive Chef, now comes the real cooking challenge. You are to replicate your exact steak recipe. It must match in terms of sequence of cooking, the amount of your ingredients, and the time required to fix. I hope you standardized your recipe. Close the instructions to begin. You are not following the original sequence, ingredient selection and amount, or cook time of your steak recipe. Click the arrow to You are not following the original. Good job! Your steak matches your original recipe exactly, indicating that you understand the importance of standardizing a work process. However, companies shouldn't rely on their workers' memories to perform work tasks. If you store a standardized work process only in the heads of workers, you have no flexibility for future training, creative improvements, or resource manipulation. Standards must be documented so that they can be taught and repeated in the future. Please continue to the next page. A highly effective method for communicating standards is by creating a visual workplace. A visual workplace incorporates visual controls, which are communication tools that express current conditions at a quick glance. These controls are very important to maintain quality at the source and JIT flow, where speed, efficiency, standards, and safety are so important. For instance, tools such as Kanban, work charts, and onboards, safety alarms, and 5S methods are visual controls that manage inventory, standard work, safety, and so on. Can you tell right away if inventory is running low? Can a manager tell by looking at an operation if the work is being done properly? In addition to speed and quality, a visual workplace promotes timely delivery, customer satisfaction, reduced cost, and high employee morale.
Hey, I've heard of 5S. Always thought of it as the same as lean, a way to organize all the clutter in the shop.
5S isn't just tidying up, and although 5S is the most famous visual control method, it isn't the sole representative of this concept. It is simply a method to support jidoka and JIT flow. 5S is a process of waste reduction by improving workplace organization. Making workplace organization standards obvious to employees is a critical prerequisite for implementing standardized work. When standards are obvious, abnormalities immediately become obvious when they arise. A major benefit of 5S is that you free people from having to manage waste. Instead, they can participate on Kaizen teams to take out the waste and make their work environment safer and more productive.
I think we've got some of this at Handle Vision. We put an electronic eye on the floor that serves as a camera and a reminder. We're always watching you, so keep your eye on the future. It blinks and everything.
Goodness! Along with the bad leadership message that sends, it also fails the spirit of visual control, simplicity. The most effective visual controls are simple tools that manage and organize the workspace, facilitate fast flow, and ensure quality by showing right away whether something is within or out of standard condition. For example, think of all the visual controls in your kitchen. Go ahead, take a look around. Refrigerator Post-it, red or Kanban tag, alerting workers about the status of certain products or the need to order others. Cereal bin, level line Kanban. When the material level sinks below the line, time to refill. Pan board, a shadow tool board which uses outlining to indicate where and where not to put things. Smoke alarm, and-on signal, pairing visual control with noise to immediately alert workers about the presence of a major defect. Recipe, standard worksheet on which work procedures are clearly listed. Oven digital display, and-on board alerting workers to the status of an operation. However, having visual controls in the workplace is only part of the equation. It's important to put these controls at the place where the value-adding work is done. This is the essence of jidoka supporting flow in a production system. This is where management and employees come together to form a team, doing and observing the work requested by the customer. On our floor, you can see the same visual controls in use that appeared in your kitchen. Red or Kanban tag, refrigerator post-it, alerting workers about the status of certain products or the need to order others. And-on signal, smoke alarm, pairing visual control with noise to immediately alert workers about the presence of a major defect. Shadow tool board, a pan board which uses outlining to indicate where and where not to put things. Standard worksheet, recipe on which work procedures are clearly listed. Level line Kanban, cereal bin, when the material level sinks below the line, time to refill. And on board, oven digital display, alerting workers to the status of an operation. Many companies equate a visual control system with installing expensive technology. Implementing untested, possibly unreliable technology in any business endeavor is not the lean way. The best way is to first use people and processes to do work and solve problems. Then support, don't replace your people with technology. Machines aren't flexible and can't evolve with your business. Schedules and inventory levels may be computer managed, but people should make all decisions. Technology that takes people away from the scene and puts them behind screens violates the spirit of a learning organization. A company should ask, is there a no-cost or low-cost solution? This operator, for instance, is using multiple low-cost solutions. A walkie-talkie over a smartphone, a push cart over a forklift, and Kanban bins over computer ordering scanners. The Lean Way attitude toward technology features four main viewpoints. Technology is value-adding, technology supports people, technology is kept simple, technology maintains personal contact. Technology is value-adding. Any technology worth implementing adds value to an operation or process. Does it aid in the value-adding work of the operator? Is it something the customer will pay for? Will it maintain stability, flexibility, and reliability? Does it fit into your company culture? Is there a clear return on investment? Will it pay for itself over time before becoming obsolete? Take automatic scoring in bowling, for instance. This innovation adds great value for the customer, reduces the cost of supplies, evolves with the game, and fits in with the bowling culture. Turkey animations, anyone?
So we have to live in the dark ages? Handle vision?
The Lean Way attitude toward technology supports people. People should not support technology. Technology should support people. Does it make an operator's job faster, easier, or safer? Does it lower cost for the customer? Does it raise product quality? Or does it require the supervision of an operator in order to function, taking away from possible value-adding work? Do you ever notice the employee who monitors the U-scan area of the supermarket checkout? What value does this person add to the shopping process? He must monitor a screen as customers scan items and then press a button when prompted. This is an example of people supporting technology. Want a good example of tech supporting people? A washer or dryer allows a person to focus on other, perhaps related work as it runs and sets off an alarm when done. Technology is kept simple. Technology should be kept simple and speedy. Is it easy to standardize? Does it maintain just-in-time flow? Has it been thoroughly tested? Is it proven to be effective? Here you see a vital piece of technology in everyday living, the stoplight. But although a lot of thinking goes into it, it remains a very simple piece of technology for users. See red? Stop. See green? Go. Many companies simply put these tools on the line. An even lower tech option is an intersection roundabout. It requires no energy or maintenance for errors in operation. Technology maintains personal contact. Technology should not eliminate personal contact, especially with leaders and managers. Can you maintain see for yourself or genshi genbutsu with this technology? Does it supplement personal contact, or does it allow leaders to manage from an ivory tower? For instance, a technology like conference calling keeps people connected, but just think of the visual cues that are lost by not having personal contact. As for management, think of a bank security guard keeping watch over customers from a video feed. Not much he can do to help during a robbery, right?
So we have to live in the Dark Ages? Handle vision is, well, visionary. Technology is how we made our name.
No, technology definitely has its place, but I'm saying it must fit in with your company culture. That is, a lean way of thinking. Encourage your people to always consider new innovations and better ways to approach their work. The key is to enhance a proven, standardized process with technology playing a supportive role. Once the technology is tested and proven to improve flow and quality, fire away. For instance, think of the technological innovations made to the simple stoplight. Sensors in the road can detect cars awaiting passage and switch traffic signals, thereby improving traffic flow and the driving experience. Congratulations, you have completed Chapter 5. You should now have a good understanding of the relationship between JIT and jidoka, the supporting lean tools of the jidoka pillar of LPS, the importance of stopping production to ensure quality at the source, the roles of and benefits provided to man, machine, and company culture in jidoka, the three elements of standardized work in a lean company, the environments in which standardized work succeeds and fails, the effectiveness of visual controls in a workplace, and the viewpoints that explain the lean way use of technology. Where would you like to go now? If you have not completed the chapter test or wish to take it again, please click the test button.